hello. Happy Wednesday. Thank you for joining again today. Hello to Yabayo. Is that, I just pronounced it in a very Japanese way, but I hope that was correct. Yabayo. Hello. Um, I am happily back in my usual setting. So, also just happy to have my external monitor again. Yeah, wait, hold on. Yes, I think this will work. I just raised my monitor up a little bit. But yeah, we drove back from my parents' place yesterday from LA. It's so weird because um, their place was like maybe like the whole week it was like 80 or 90 degrees Fahrenheit, like 90 something degrees Fahrenheit. Just had like the AC on the whole time. But then driving back, it was like the temperature variation was like super intense. There's still a lot of fires going on right now. So I know that they're all in various amounts of containment. Like I hope, I know there's like a lot of places that have been evacuated. I hope they've like all been relatively contained and like they're and hopefully people have been able to return to their houses. But it was like we were supposed to actually return on Sunday, but because of the fires, we decided to to stay a little bit longer. And we were a little bit nervous driving back yesterday because we weren't sure how bad the fires were because some of them are really close to the highway. But thankfully, it was pretty okay. It was a pretty smooth ride back. And then when we got back, it's like 60 degrees here. This is so weird. It's like so cold. Um, yeah, it's like foggy and cloudy. Um, 60 Fahrenheit. And so I'm like in a sweatshirt, or man, like a sweater again, because it's so cold in our place. It is just so weird to be like in the same state, and like have the temperature be so drastic. We literally like when we were driving, like during our 6 hours drive or whatever, it was like 80s, and then it went down like I think it was like 90s, and then it went down to 80, and then like it went up to like, and then it just like kept on fluctuating between like 90 degrees and like 70 degrees. Um, and it was fluctuated back and forth until we got back here. It was 60. So interesting, all of the microclimates. Um, but hello, oh my gosh, hi, hello near this. Thank you so much for joining um from New Zealand again. Happy Good morning. Happy morning. Good morning. Hopefully it's a happy morning. Hey, Catherine. Oh my gosh. Yes. So happy to be back. Um, Witches Who Code. Ooh, what a great name. What a great handle. Thank you so much for joining. I think this is the first time I'm seeing you in the chat, so I'm very, very happy to meet you virtually. Hey, DT. Thanks for joining again today. Hello, near this says my desktop computer died, but I had the fun, so upgraded to 2020 design hardware. Um, wow, that is awesome. Wait, so um, what does it mean to upgrade to 2020 design hardware? Do you just mean like you've like upgraded your desktop, or um and Helen Yu, this also asks, what is better for you, hot or cold? I prefer cold, um because then I can just like layer on a lot, and I love blankets and stuff. Hot is just like um yeah, I do not I like hot and humid are the worst combinations for me. I just really hate that. I just like remember all these like childhood memories from summers in Asia. Oh, it was so hot and humid, and like that feeling of just like standing outside doing absolutely nothing and sweating. Oh my gosh, I hate that so much. Um, so yeah, definitely prefer cold. Like I would rather be able to just like bundle up in ski jackets. Oh, hello, Nerdy Curious. Thank you so much for, I think that was hosting. I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. But thank you so much for joining also. But yeah, I would rather just be like bundled up in like ski jackets and then like be drinking hot chocolate. Not that I ski, I'm not athletic, but I'd like prefer that vibe so much more. Um, Hi, Thirsty Pooch. Thanks so much for joining the chat again. I'm DT. Yes, so very exciting. The laptop my burning laptop emote is now been approved. So DT says this emote has a whole new meaning now. Yes, I did notice that my laptop was much angrier down in LA. Like I wasn't doing much, and then it would just like the fan would just be like, "Rah." Um, I don't know why I asked because I know nothing about like actual computer hardware, but hello near this says Gen 10 Intel CPU, which I think knowing nothing about it sounds very impressive. Yeah. So I'm very happy to be back in the Bay. This is such a trivial thing, but like I'm just really happy we got back yesterday because today was garbage day. So if we hadn't like taken out if if husband hadn't taken out the trash yesterday, then we would have had gone 2 weeks without our trash getting picked up, and then it would have been very smelly. What a trivial like thing to be really grateful that we were able to make it back yesterday, but it is, yeah. Um, Helen Earth says New Zealand doesn't really get humid apart from Auckland, which has a lot of tidal areas, so gets the humidity. Ooh, Auckland. I really want to visit New Zealand. Like we really want to visit New Zealand. Um, and there is there's a train logo. Is it MRKWSE? I don't even know how I'm going to pronounce that, but hello. Thank you so much for subscribing and for joining. I don't know if that train logo has anything to do with Coding Train over on YouTube, and I don't know if that's how you were able to find my Twitch stream, but either way, thank you for joining. Um, I'm a little bit weirdly, not weirdly, I'm like kind of really self-conscious right now because usually when I stream, there's like nobody else in the room, and then I don't feel awkward talking to a computer. For some reason, my husband has decided to just like stay out in the living room today. And it is his week off. So I was supposed to take it easy this week, but then there's some work that I need to finish and catch up. But he's just over there in the living room, being really awkward, making me feel really awkward and self-conscious. But I think this is his whole like, please, please stop. But I think this is like his week off, so he's like la la la. He literally was like la 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 la. Yeah. Um, Catherine asks, I'm a Twitch noob. What's an emote? An emote is actually I'm pretty Twitch noob too. So an emote is what yeah, so what DT just DT just replied. Yes. So my understanding of emotes is like there's some that are default for Twitch, and then but streamers can also have their own custom emotes, and so people that are subscribed to a Twitch channel have access to that channel streamers emotes, and it's kind of like a way to like show support. And then I think you can use it also in like different people's channels. Like you can use that person's emote in different people's channels. So it's kind of like I think it's like a fun little like community thing. I'm just having a lot of fun drawing my own. So I was able to do my second one, and that's the burning laptop one. Witches Who Co says, I'm a little late, but this is my first Twitch stream. Hee hee. I love your work, Shirley. Thank you so much. Yeah. Let's see. Mm, Oh, MRK WSC. Mark says, I have no idea what the train means, and it's the worst possible username. Best to go with Mark. Ha. Okay, hello, Mark. Catherine says, haha, Alex is messing with your stream vibes. Yes, he is. He's just like, he's just over here being like, he's trying to be productive too. He's trying to figure out some things. But he just is quietly on his laptop. But I just like see him out of the corner of my eyes, and I'm and now okay. So I'm gonna just ignore him. It just feels really weird to be talking to myself on a laptop. I don't know how YouTubers do it. Um, Helen Yurley says, "Oh, I'm going to watch your two D3 coding train episodes this week as I'm getting into Observable and D3 is big there." Yes, I did. I did know it has such great. Oh, did know it has such great data cleaning and mingling tools. Um, yeah, actually, I did not know actually how good Observable was for data cleaning, and managing, but when I started doing the streams, that's when I learned, and so I'm like I'm pretty looking forward to like doing more on these streams. So today we're gonna try and finish up the open sourcing, but uh, um. Yeah, so today we're gonna try and finish the open sourcing one. We were supposed to do it on Monday, but there was a whole FedEx fiasco. But it turned out all right. I'm just still kind of irritated at FedEx and how long it takes to reach their customer service. Nerdy Curious says, I love the Brittany laptop. So cute. Thank you. I had so much fun drawing it. Just like the big fat teardrops. Um, also says it also makes me cry a little bit. Um, and Helen Yurda says, "Lol, stream invader Alex. I guess we have revealed your name now." Um, okay, so let's try and get back into it. So last Friday, we were able to, we basically spent the whole time figuring out a license for me, which I was really grateful for all of your help doing. So we ended up with a CCBYSA 4.0, which I think I don't know why I'm trying to like remember what this is, but it's basically I think saying that uh, attribution. Yes, so they have to give me attribution if they were to use this. Wait, hold on. They can hold on. They have to give me attribution, and they can only share. Uh, they cannot share the exact work, but they can modify it and share it. And I think those were the two most important things. And I guess I thought a little bit more about open source, and I think the conclusion I'm arriving at open source is like I still think it's really great for from like a tools building perspective. Like I'm super grateful for all of the people contributing to open source out there, and like I tried to do the little bit I can to help support them. But in my mind, I think what I've been struggling to put into words is like a lot of the work I do, which are like very much projects. I feel like it's more if we think about it, I think it's more kind of like leans towards like art instead of tools. Um, Not trying to call my work art, but like kind of just how like sharing and attribution and all of those can be applied. I feel like it leans more towards art. Um, and that it's like a final piece of work that I'm trying to put out there and share. Um, and so I guess that's why the Creative Commons license makes a lot more sense in my head. And I feel like a lot of the open source licenses that we also found and looked at last week, I think they probably make much more sense when the code is like trying to make an open source software tool. Um, but that's at least how I'm kind of how it's worked out in my head. I don't know if that makes sense, and I also don't know. I can be using the like Creative Commons license on like code, right? That's the part that I never looked into, and I'm not quite sure about. But yeah, so um, in this sense, the most important thing to me for all of my projects is that like that people just don't take the code and then not give me credit. So that's the only thing that's like really important to me. So I'm like happy to share my code as long as and like I'm even happier if like people like remix and modify the code and make something of their own as long as they don't take and use without credit. So hopefully this Creative Commons license will help me with that. and like hopefully like help me prevent that. I mean, like I think there are still going to be people that like take and use without credit, um, but at least I'll have a very clear license. So, oh, hello, hi, Amy. Thank you so much for joining again today. Yes. And Helen Yurda says, bring your laptop. Text is this is fine. Jacob, hi Jacob. Hey Shirley, I have to run to a meeting in a minute, so unfortunately I can't stick around today, but just wanted to pop in to say hi and hope you're doing well. Thank you for popping in. If I remember correctly, Jacob, we met in Mayuko's stream, right? So I was thinking of maybe after the stream we can go over maybe we can go over and raid Mayuko's stream again. And then uh, if anybody has other really cool like software slash code streamers that we should go raid, then I would love suggestions. I also feel so old and weird saying raid. Like I feel like I'm like an old grandma trying to pretend I'm young. Um, but I've had like a lot of fun in the past 2 or 3 times when we raided my uncle's stream together. So I just want to like try and do that with more people. Um, yes, and Helen Yurda says that these streams are posted on YouTube, so it can be reviewed later. Also, oh, and Helen Yurda also says good license choice. Thank you so much. Um, yeah. Okay, so hopefully, Jacob, I can catch you in Michael's stream maybe later in like an hour or so. But yeah, so this is as far as we got last week. And then today, the first thing I want to do is I actually have an open pull request that I guiltily have not reviewed in 4 or 5 months, or maybe 3 months. I haven't reviewed it in 3 months, and it's from Ian, who helped. So this is a project Tonen. Ooh, I am so happy that I am back on my bigger monitor. So this is the project People of the Pandemic, and it is my hyperlocal cooperative simulation game. And Ian was the developer from Egghead who helped me with a lot of the backend work. And um, he has this PR for me. I think this is really cute. So Egghead helped me produce the project. They gave me a lot of like dev support for like non-database parts and also illustration support. And they have a thing with their PRs where they just they put a GIF in each PR, and I think it's really cute. Um, so, anyways, so it is because I had floated the idea of open sourcing back in I think it was May. So this was May 21st. I'm sorry, Ian. Just like I think after I published the project, I was so burnt out that I like couldn't think about it for I guess 3 months. I guess it's been 3 months. And so now I'm ready to like go back into it again. But he made this PR, yeah, to oh, this is awesome. Okay, so I think this might be quite easy. So he's doing this Readme as it seems like this is the Readme, yeah, the front cool. Okay, so this is the main repo README, and this is because for the backend, Ian set up a Firebase Fire store for the database to kind of store each player's decisions across the weeks, and so to be able to um, uh, when you pull the repo, it's going to error out unless you have the database set up. I'm gonna guess that it's just about we're just gonna read this together and then or I'm gonna read it and it's probably going to be I'm probably not going to have much feedback because honestly I don't know how it was set up. um, but like skimming through it, it looks good. Let me just for the ease of it. Ooh, wow, I think is this a new one? Whoa, cool. I haven't noticed this before. Okay, this is nice. So I'm just gonna read this. Um, Okay, so Helen Year says, so you have TikTok at being hip and young. Um, yeah, I have not even I like I have I don't think I can TikTok. I just feel like I think you might just suck me in. I have like a unfortunately obsessive personality and easily addicted personality. So uh there are some things I know I need to avoid so that it doesn't ruin my life. And I think TikTok from the outside looking in is one of those. DT says, interesting choice of license. Never thought about suing CC per code, but makes sense. Yeah, I've no idea. I'm normally just using MIT, but I like choosealicense.com as a resource to have an overview. Yeah, so that was the website that we used last Friday to try and figure out what kind of license might work for the projects I publish. And then kind of the conclusion that I came to was kind of what I said before about how I feel like with even with the choose a license ones, they felt much more geared towards like open source software that was more tools based. And so it like didn't quite seem to meet the needs that I had. Okay, so I'm going to read through this. You will have to create a freemium account. If our Firestore related code is in source Firebase, in this folder we have 4 files. Yeah. Set of credentials, JS. You'll see that we are exporting a config object. Whoa. I'm gonna do this. Okay, so I really don't think I need to do much for this PR. And so we have source / Firebase and yes. Interesting. I don't think I see, you will see that we are exporting a config object with a bunch of environment variables set by view. Hold on. Whoa. Trying to get it to a good size. Create a file called .m.local and copy the values from .m.template into that file. Is that how I have it currently set up? I guess I shouldn't need to like, hold on. It's been so long, I don't even know how I have this project set up or how Ian had it set up. I think, let's see. Do I have a .m.local? Oh, indeed I do. Cool. Ooh, now you need to go get the correct value for these variables. Navigate to the Firebase website, log in, click go to console, add a new project if you don't have one for this game already. So it seems like, so one of the things that I was worried about is whether I had to, so this is going to reveal how much I don't understand backend or slash that like I've never really worked with backend. So I was like a little bit worried that maybe we would have to be inviting people to our like Firebase project, but it would make a lot of sense that we don't have to. And for anyone that wants to pull and play with the project, that they would just set up their own Firebase project and test with their own Firebase project. And that makes so much more sense than what was in my head. So click the project and go to project settings under the pop-up menu. When you click the cog on the left sidebar under the General tab, scroll down and you will see a code block with section titled Your Apps. Create a web app. You can name it whatever you want. Copy the Firebase config object. These are the values you need in your m.local. Now you will need to create your database, make it a test database so you don't have to worry about permissions. Now when you click make a decision in the game, it will be stored in your database. You can take a look at the methods we use to interact with the database in source Firebase DB.js. Ooh, this is nice. Thank you so much, Ian. And I feel so guilty that I am reviewing it 3 months later. Yes, this is indeed the database. Yes, db.js, and these are all of our different calls. This looks really good. So I'm gonna just say thanks and then merge it in. So, that makes sense that there is some conflicts because of the license part. I think that's fine. So, man, so nice that GitHub now just lets me resolve conflicts from just their online web editor. So then I guess now that I've done that, I should just be able to mark as result. Cool. Commit merge. And Corey says, hey, Shirley, how goes it? What are we working on? Yes, so today we are working on open sourcing this game called peopleofthepandemic.com. And right now I've just finished reviewing this PR for some documentation on how to add Firebase for anyone that pulls the repo and wants to play with it locally. So I'm gonna say this took me so long, and thank you so much. I'm going to work on the rest of the docs for how to add stack data for each country. Ooh. Cool. Comment. Merge pull request. Confirm merge. Exciting. Ooh, so great. Okay. So now let us okay, so this is where I've never written documentation before for any of my projects because yeah, because I guess none of my projects really required any directions when I open source them. So any I think any feedback on how to make it easy to navigate would be really helpful. Thank you. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do now is, so this is a project setup. Yes, npm run serve build. We don't actually have tests. And I don't think I really do any lint stuff, so I'm just gonna delete that. And then there's customized configuration, database setup that Ian just, that I merged from Ian. Oh my gosh, okay. So I'm gonna now, I think now I'm going to add a data section. So the data section, what I want to do is, I'm gonna call it contributing data contribution. Hello, near this says docs are just verbose line comments. That's a fair point, sir. Thank you. Okay, so for this one, my two goals is actually, I'm going to say localization. There's one that's a localization. So that one is um, we have in source. Is it source? No. Oh, locales. There we go. So I need to remember how this whole project is structured because it's been 3 months. Okay, so I think what I want to ask for help for is these two things, localization and data contribution. If you are able to help translate, I'm just gonna write some rough outlines right now. So this is I don't know, maybe create the localization files are in source locales in .json or locales. Please copy over the in.json file. I should figure out how people usually word these kinds of things. Please copy over in.json file and name it by your, is that country code or language code? I-18, is it like an I-18 code or is that, yeah, so is that called an I-18 code? Ooh, I like that suggestion, DT. Thank you so much. Contributing section. What a great what a great strong word. We appreciate your help in two areas, translating the project into your own local language and or supplying data for your country. Supplying local data for your country. Cool. So for this one, I'm just gonna actually, the localization files can be found in source locales and copy over in.json file and name it with the is that language code or the two letter code? Two letter code? Language two letter codes? I guess that's what I can say. ISO 639-1 code. Does anyone understand these? I've only worked with localization once or twice, so I don't know what each of these stand for. ISO 639-1. What does that say? Is a standardized nomenclature used to classify languages. Assign a 2-letter and 3-letter lowercase abbreviation. Okay. I'm just gonna say ISO 639-1 and hope that that is enough because that should be enough, right? Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay. Um, with the pattern ISO 639.1, 639-1.json, and then with and file and name it with the ISO 639.1 two-letter language code. And then okay, now to figure out what other parts they need to hook up. Let's see. So now that they have that, there's like something up in source that they need to hook up, I think. Oh, there we go. So i18n.js, and then actually, do they need to hook it up at all? I can't remember. No, this one just says, yeah, it requires context locales. So this one will just say that it will go and find the right file or fall back onto English. And let me actually go double check with, let's see, let me double check with, and I think, let's look at components, because in app.view, I should really, one day I might clean this folder up. Okay, so in app.view, oh wait, app.view is up in source. Okay, in app.view, I should have, in here, I should be doing localization somewhere. Do I do localization? Here, hold on. Let me know if you want me to slow down or if you have any questions, but in here, it seems like I'm not calling localization in app.view. Yeah, I created, so no. Okay. And then in that case, let's go back and maybe, do I do it in landing page? No, that doesn't make sense. Hold on, let me like take a look at landing page dot view. Okay, so that's a lot of the templates, the HTML template. So this is where I'm validating for zip and team name. It seems like I might actually be doing it in the Vuex store, because else I should be doing it in mounted or created, but I'm not. So I think I'm actually doing it in the store. So would it help if I just make this public and then you can look at the files that I'm looking at yourselves? Okay, so this store file is like this ginormous, it's probably the most ginormous one. Yes, it is 800 lines. It's the most ginormous file I have. But it should be in here. Yes. Update URL. No. Get raw. So actions. Get all teams. Get past teams. Store game. That is not it. Maybe it is in set. Is there a set locale? Where am I getting? Where am I getting the locale? How am I doing this? Does it just work? Does it just automatically know? Okay. I might actually have to go into my like code editor and poke around now. I'm going to publish this right now. I hope that uh wait, maybe I should actually be, will settings show anything that I wouldn't want people to see? So hold on. I think it's okay. Change visibility. Ooh, make public. Ooh. Ooh. All right. This feels like a weirdly big step. Oh, now I have to put in password. Okay, that was anticlimactic. I think it is public now. So here it is, everyone's. And you know what? I might just, I'm just gonna run it. And then let's actually go and open it up to see where I am. Where is my locale code? Let me, because I cannot remember. All right. Hello, near this says, and use a GIF in the README. That is a good point. Maybe we can crowdsource the GIF together later. Okay, so you know what? This is so much. I don't know why I was trying to do this in the GitHub web interface. Makes so much more sense for me to do it in my editor. But let me pull in my latest changes. From master. My God, it's been so long since I've fetched this project. Okay, so I18N. Oh, I wonder if it's in main.js that I do something. So maybe it's that I18N, everything, maybe it's that everything is already set up. So to test this, let me try and do like a different .json. Ooh, what .json should I do? I will do a Chinese one, zh.json. And then test to see if that's all I need to do. Source locales ch.json. And then I'm just gonna like do some, oh, that's not it. Random letters to test. Oops. And then now, oops. I'm really bad at switching like different keyboards. Speaking of keyboards, I've been wanting to look into making, or like, so I got a really cute set of keycaps like half a year ago, and I haven't figured out like the base. I don't have the vocabulary, but like the keyboard case, and I guess the everything other than the keycaps. And I've been meaning to do some research into that so that Okay, that wasn't, actually, where does the title actually go? Let me do this. Okay. So yeah, I've been meaning to do that so that I can have a really cute keyboard. But it's neither here nor there. I just was reminded. There we go. Oh, so it just automatically works. Cool. Okay. So yeah, you can see the Chinese there. So it just automatically works. Oh, thank you. Oh, hello, Will. Thanks for joining the chat. So Will says case plus PCB plus switches. Yeah, so my understanding is like case. Ah, I see. Yes, I want to assemble a mechanical keyboard. Um, and it's because I got this like really cute like magical girl keycaps from Melodica. Like Melodica designed it. It's super cute. And so I wanted to like get a good. I've been trying to, yeah. It's so cute. I've been trying to figure out like, do I want like what kind of case PCB switches? And so my understanding is like case is this surrounding part, PCB is like the circuit board, and then the switches on top for the clackety. Um, and so I was trying to like decide if I wanted one of these kinds of, because I know that they're like more ergo, but yeah, right now, like my current mechanical keyboard takes up so much room on my desk. So I wanted to like get a smaller one, and I was thinking of like a 65% or something, and then having like a numpad on the side. But yeah, I have been really bad and haven't researched into this in like half a year after I got Susan's Magic Girl keycaps, but I'm very excited to put them together. It's like very much my childhood, uh, like the Cardcaptor Sakura um, keycaps are very much my childhood. So, anyways, back on. Will says, "Careful, keyboard hobby is a huge rabbit hole." um, yeah. I'm gonna try and be really careful because I don't want to be uh I don't know like be buying like five different keyboards or anything. I just want to have like a good setup for home and a good setup for office. Hi, Alice. Thanks so much for joining today too. Yes, we were just talking. I got on a tangent about keyboards. Serenify says I'm on my third mechanical keyboard this year. Yeah, I'm gonna try and be really careful about what I where I take this. I'm gonna not try to go too deep down the rabbit hole. DT says 65% is nice. Yeah, I like how compact it looks. Cernify says bought a razor, then my wife took it. I have a Logitech mechanical, but I hate the 10 key thing. Then I bought the Keychron. Oh my gosh, returning the last two. Might buy another razor. Amy says, "Yay, mechanical keyboards!" Amy also designed one. So it was Astrala keys, which is super cute. Um, is this where? Is this? Uh-oh. Is this the right place? Then, yeah, the. Ooh, I love this little stars part. Um, so pretty. Okay. Um, Certify says, I'm too lazy to do custom mechanical keyboard, especially because I want wireless. One for my machine learning PC, wow, one for my work MacBook. Um, I wonder, is it really hard to do a wireless custom keyboard? I don't know. Um, and Will says, oh wow, hi Amy. A Charlotte Keys is wonderful. Got it sitting in my closet now, waiting for a good board to put it on. Yes, I somehow missed that group by, but I hope I don't know if it's I don't know if there's going to be, ooh. Oh my gosh, Amy, this is so cute. Did you draw this? This is really cute. I'm like 99% sure that you drew this. Um, I didn't know that you could do. Wait. Oh, I love this. Like, wait, hold on. I'm Sagittarius. Okay, where am I? There we go. I don't know how to spell Sagittarius. Sagittarius. Oh, ooh, this is cute. Does this mean that the group buy is over, Amy? Um, Helen Yuda says, picking the switches is the biggest thing as that's where a lot of the variety is. I like the Razer keyboard as it has some really programmable key options. Serenify says, or one wireless keyboard that can connect to both. Ah, got it. Which is Huko says, I'm trying to make my own keycaps with resin. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that sounds so cool. How do you like you get a keycap mold? That makes a lot of sense. Is that how like a lot of those really fancy looking keycaps, like I see it on Susan's Instagram a lot. Where is it? Like, is that how you get kind of these really fancy looking keycaps? They're so cute. Or like that one. Even is that how you get those? So Amy also introduced me. Oh, okay. Now we've gotten distracted. Um, yeah, these are so pretty. So Amy introduced me to resin earlier this year too, and I've been really enjoying that. I haven't had the chance to work on it for like a month or so. Oh my gosh. I love her. Okay, I've seriously gotten sidetracked. Sorry. Um, let's see. So, Amy says, thank you so much. I can't wait to see when you do. Oh, they're back in stock. Sorry, where is a good place to buy it them, Amy? Um, oh, cool. So Amy says, I didn't draw this one. Uh, Amy commissioned her friend Mel Stringer. Um, Uh, Alice says, oh, they are runs to shop. I've been waiting for either Astrologies or DSA Magic Girl to come back in stock. I thought Magic Girl came back for a little bit. Amy said we thought keyboard horoscopes would be a fun way to share all the kinds of mechanical keyboards available. Yeah. So this is not helping with the whole like trying not to get too deep down the rabbit hole. I really love how compact. So I use like the num keypads a lot too. So I really like how compact this is. Yeah. Ooh, the pink Filco. Anyways, okay. Um, DT said, did we already talk about switches? We have not yet talked about switches. That sounds like a very dangerous conversation to start. Um, Helen Yurda says, I have two custom keys on my keyboard. Escape key now says panic, and my delete key is oh shit. Oh my god, I love it. Um, oh, Amy says yes, a lot of the fancy artisans are made via resin. That sounds so cool. Um, Amy says they're available on drop.com. So the one we saw earlier, so this is um the one. Okay, so this is the right place to buy it from. So I'm gonna read into that after the stream. DT says I really like tactile switches. Um, and Amy says they're my favorite too. DT says love the Xylens. What are Xylens? Which is Huko said Google L2K adapters for artisan keycap molds. L2K adapters. I'm really scared. I'm really scared for this deep rabbit hole. I don't think I should have. Oh, two-part silicone molds. Actually, I was looking into how to make silicone molds because I wanted to make some like custom molds for like some of the shapes I wanted to do. Um, because I had gotten molds for like a bunch of really kind of basic shapes, but I wanted to do some like custom ones because I wanted to eventually be able to get to like making some molds that are like maybe something I created that are like data driven and then make the mold and then like cast resin with it. But I haven't gotten around to it yet. So, oh. Well, so I do wonder, how do you? Okay, I need to not get too distracted. What does it made by Shapeways? Ah, so they use Shapeways. That makes a lot of sense. Um, buy L2 case Legos to keycaps. Ah, okay. Let me not get so distracted. I am gonna. I'm gonna close out of these. I'm gonna leave this up for now. I think my current one, I think, is red cherry. I think it's like a, is it red cherry MX keyboard? I think. Yeah, I think that's the one I have. Um, here, and then I think my office one is a brown. I think. And I have very little knowledge of switches also. Um, Witches Who Code said, well, not molds, but Lego pieces to help you make molds. So interesting. Will said, oh God, what have we done? She never mentioned mechanical keyboards in a tech stream. That was my mistake. I just randomly was like, I don't even know why I mentioned keyboards. Um, DT says, specifically the 67NG Aqua Xylent. Whoa. What? It's so pretty. So does silent mean that, you know what, later I'm gonna like listen to these clackety clacks. Back to this. So we've determined that that's all they have to do is create a new file and then they should be able to, yeah. Okay, so um, what were we talking about? Okay, so localization can be found, copy over file, name it with the ISO 2-letter language code, and rename it, Yeah, I think that's all. That's actually all we need to do for this um, part. And then the data contribution part needs a little bit more work, I think. So the data contribution one, actually, let me save that. Add contributing, do not do much. The localization, let me preview it. And rename it. Your everything commit changes, And then the data contribution part is, I think I store it in, okay, so I'm going to go back to my, so it should all be, yes, so it's under public, and then we need 3 different kinds of files. Make that bigger. Okay, so it's under /public, and then the types of files we need for country. By default, we provide by to add country specific data, create a new folder under public with the name of your ISO 639 and let's see. Within the folder, add 3 files. Ooh. Huh. I wonder how that's done. Anyways, okay. Let's see. So for example, this is US, and then hospitals by zip code.csv, population by zip code.csv, and zip to city county.csv. Okay. Oh wait, I don't want the, sorry, I shouldn't, it's not the language code, it is the country code. So it is the 2-letter country codes, and that is called ISO 31661 Alpha 2 codes. I'm so confused. Okay. I'm just going to call it under public with your 2-letter country code. Two-letter country code. And then for each of them, so actually, for each country, we need the following information. We want, let's see. Basically, we want age breakdown by zip code and oh, yes, so that's a country code, isn't it? Yes, thank you for the catch, DT. So ISO 3, Do you know what this means? ISO 31661 alpha 2. Of course. Of course. Age breakdown by zip code. And I think it's number of hospital beds by zip code or county, and a map between zip code to county. And so age breakdown by zip code, and we'll call that population by zip code.csv. Actually, maybe I do need it by zip code. Hold on. So county population. Actually, so we do have, yeah, okay, so that's fine. So the reason why we need it, we need to be able to get the hospital beds by county is because for each zip code, we basically get the hospital, so basically it's whatever that zip code is in, or we basically, because the zip code usually doesn't have enough hospital beds, so then we basically take it once or sometimes that zip code doesn't even have a hospital, so then we go one step up and then look at the county, and then basically we calculate it such that it's the number of hospital beds in the county multiplied by the ratio of the population in that zip code and population in county. So that's why we need the mapping. But I think I wrote the code such that as long as this file says that it's by county or zip, then in my code I should be able to handle that fine. So yeah, so I think in here when I calculate the total beds, I think I say, yes. So if hospitals are based on the zip code, then do this. And if the hospitals are based on county, then do this. So as long as they label the files correctly, then I should be able to get this fine. So actually they wrote population. Is that something I need also? Let me double check. Because in here, hospitals by zip code. Yeah, so I think for this one, I don't have population. So the reason why they did the population for me in the French data is so that I can calculate, yeah, the ratio, which in retrospect is probably not the right place to put it, but oh well. The right place to put it is probably the zip to city county one, but oh well. Zip, city, state, county. Yeah. Let's see. Zip to city, county. What was in this one? That's right. Zip, city, state, county. Yes. Okay, so then now I'm going to say zip to city, county. Okay, so I'm gonna stop here because we are over time, but I think we can finish it up on Friday because I think the last little bit of things I want to write down is basically the structure for each of the files, and I think that's all that we would need to do. Maybe give some background information into how that's used. So I think if I look at the methodologies, or maybe for context, I can link to the methodologies. So I need to say that the age breakdown by 20-year brackets and I think I can write that. Oh, Helen Eula says, nicely done. It's an interesting process that many people don't address in coding. Thank you so much. I'm guessing you mean like the documentation or open sourcing part of it. I'm grateful that like you are all willing to like kind of sit through it with me because it's one of those things that I probably would never really do by myself. So it's really nice to be able to do it with you to like hold myself accountable. And if I could also, if we have any mods in the chat right now, if you could kind of help me with, thank you so much. Thank you, Amy. And okay, so I'm going to make 2 notes for Friday when we come back to it. So I'm going to specify that the age breakdown needs to be in 20-year brackets because that's how we've written the age-based parameters. And so actually it'd be probably quite good to be able to link to this part. How do I link to? I can't link to, oh, no, I can link to this. How do I link to this part? Oh, there we go. This is cool. So this is an observable notebook. So Stephen Osterman that I got to work with for the data model part of the game, he wrote all of the methodology in in Observable. And one of the things that I really like is that I can kind of link to these sections. So if I just say do parameters, so I'm going to write it like this so that on Friday we remember the things that we still need to do, and zip to code to county mapping necessary for hospital number of hospital beds calculation, and that calculation is written out in, I think, no, not this one. Yes, this one, hospital beds. Oops, don't edit. Oh no, there isn't. Okay, I'll do it like this so then, and maybe I can ask Stephen to name the hospital beds part. So if you name this, if you say like hospital beds like this, then you can link to it. So I'll maybe ask him to update that, and then I think after that we just need to let's see. Then we need to talk about the columns for each of the files, and then I think that should be everything. And I'm just gonna so this is data, call it data, and we'll be able to finish it on, and I think actually on Friday, I'm gonna bring the contribution up, and then project setup after. And then, yeah, I think that's everything. That's all the time for today. Thank you for the random keyboard, mechanical keyboard tangent. That was a fun tangent. Thank you also for helping me with the docs. Yes. So on Friday we can finish it up, and then hopefully if there's any any people willing to help localize for their country, then hopefully this will make it a much easier process. Um, it's a quandary says that's a satisfying keyboard sound. Indeed, thank you. Nakuf says you use Python mostly. No, I use JavaScript almost exclusively to do my projects. Yes, thank you so much for joining again today. It was really, oh my gosh, okay. There's like been roofing work being done, and sometimes like it just takes me by surprise. Okay, yes, so I will see you on Friday. My laptop seemed to have been okay today. The fan is going a little bit. But for anyone interested, stick around. And we're going to raid Michael's stream, and then and that's all for today. Thank you so much for joining. Bye bye, everyone.